Every year, major studios pour millions into cinematic visions that the public never gets to see. Whether stopped by corporate restructuring, creative clashes, or cultural backlash, these films are buried, sometimes permanently. In this episode, we uncover 5 films from the past 30 years that were either completed or deep in development, yet never released. Scoob, Holiday Haunt, 2022. Studio, Warner Bros. Animation. HBO Max. Directors, Bill Haller and Michael Korinsky. Scoob, Holiday Haunt was intended as a festive prequel to 2020's Scoob, showing a young Scooby-Doo and his friends solving their first Christmas mystery. The animation was completed, the voice cast finished recording, and post-production was underway. But in August 2022, Warner Bros. Discovery shocked the industry by canceling the nearly finished film as part of a tax-saving maneuver. Alongside the cancellation of Batgirl, this marked a strategic shift in leadership following the merger with Discovery. Despite emotional social media posts from the animators and directors who said the movie was essentially finished, the studio determined it would never be released in order to write off the production cost. The film's cancellation highlighted the growing trend of treating completed media as expendable assets in corporate restructuring. Mouse Guard, canceled in 2019. Studio, 20th Century Fox, owned by Disney at the time of cancellation. Director, Wes Ball. Based on the award-winning comic book series by David Peterson, Mouse Guard aimed to be a motion capture epic blending fantasy and realism, centered on noble mice protecting their woodland realm. It had a talented cast, including Andy Serkis and Idris Elba, and visual tests showcased impressive pre-visualization work. Just before filming was to begin, Disney acquired 20th Century Fox. Soon after, Disney executives shut down the project, reportedly doubting its commercial viability. Despite efforts from the filmmakers to save the project, even releasing concept footage publicly, Mouse Guard was officially canceled. Its downfall remains a cautionary tale of how corporate acquisitions can upend even the most ambitious creative visions. Fantastic Four, 2015, Josh Trank's original cut. Studio, 20th Century Fox. Director, Josh Trank. While Fantastic Four did see a theatrical release in 2015, what audiences saw was drastically different from what was originally envisioned. Director Josh Trank's original cut, darker, more character-driven, and closer to a science fiction horror tone, was heavily altered by the studio. Midway through production, 20th Century Fox reportedly lost confidence in Trank's vision. Extensive reshoots were ordered, scenes were removed or rewritten, and visual effects were rushed. The final release was critically panned, and Trank publicly disowned the film, hinting at a lost version that could have been far better. Fans have since called for the release of the Trank cut, but the studio has shown no intention of doing so. While not canceled before release, Trank's version of Fantastic Four is effectively an unreleased film that lives only in rumors, storyboards, and the director's own regrets. The Day the Clown Cried, unreleased since 1972, reviewed in 2010's. Studio, Europa Studios, later associated with Sony. Director and star, Jerry Lewis. A rare case of a completed film being withheld by its creator, The Day the Clown Cried tells the story of a circus clown imprisoned in a Nazi concentration camp. Jerry Lewis directed and starred in the film, intending it as a bold anti-Holocaust drama. However, the tone and subject matter caused immediate discomfort, and legal disputes over the script added to the chaos. Lewis later declared the film unfit for release, storing it away for decades. A copy now resides in the Library of Congress with a viewing embargo until at least 2024. For many, it remains the ultimate example of a film too controversial to be shown, a haunting footnote in cinematic history. Woody Allen's A Rainy Day in New York, unreleased in the US. Studio, Amazon Studios. Director, Woody Allen. A Rainy Day in New York, a romantic comedy starring Timothée Chalamet and Selena Gomez, was part of Woody Allen's 4-film deal with Amazon Studios. Completed and ready for release, the film's US debut was halted after renewed public criticism of Allen during the Now or Me Too era. Though it was released in several international markets, Amazon canceled its domestic rollout and terminated its deal with the director. Some cast members later distanced themselves from the project. In the United States, the film remains officially unreleased, despite global access elsewhere. These 5 films, some finished, some reworked, and some vanished, remind us that behind every movie poster is a story the world may never see. The reasons vary: corporate mergers, damaged reputations, creative clashes, or financial calculus.